The main reason why a lot of men struggle when attracting women is not because of what they say or how they look, but it simply comes down to their body language. Most of the time, women are already decisive on whether or not they want to sleep with you based on your body language alone. By only your body language and the way you carry yourself, that will pretty much tell any woman everything that they need to know about you. Whether you're confident, you're charismatic, you're sure of yourself, you're comfortable in your own skin. Just by your body language alone, a woman is able to figure this out. And the problem that most guys have is actually that they don't carry themselves and they actually don't portray themselves with confident body language, which means making sure, like, for example, when you're sitting down, you don't want to necessarily be like all hunched over, closed off. You don't want to be looking like that. You want to make sure that you're sitting up, you're sitting tall, taking up space. Don't necessarily worry about if like, oh, well, what if somebody decides to sit there? Forget it. You are here, just take as much room as you need. Get comfortable, feel comfortable in the space that you're in. When you're walking, don't walk with your head down, looking down at the ground. I used to do this a lot when I was a teenager. I would walk and then have my head pretty much like looking down at an angle, kind of like at the floor. Don't do that. Instead, stand up straight, shoulders back, relax, chest out, head up, and just walk confident. Walk pretty much like you own the place. That's exactly the way you need to carry yourself. Anytime you're like, well, I'm not too sure, like, what do I do? Like, what if people judge me? Or what if they say something? Or what if she says something? What if like they don't like me? Forget it. In any room that you walk into, walk like you fucking own the place. Most of the time, a lot of the insecurities that we have is based off of our own thoughts and our own perception on what other people think about us, which isn't necessarily always true. For instance, whenever I'm home for the breaks, like Christmas break or summer breaks, and I'm out at the store with either my mother or my brother always tends to tell me for some reason that like, whenever I'm walking or like I'm just sitting down in general, he always tends to tell me I look like I'm so military, like so rigid, like, and he even tries to like mock me. He's like, look, I'm standing like him, I'm walking like him, I got my chest out. Like, he kind of low-key tries to make fun of me a little bit, but at the same time, even though I'm not being aware of it because it just got so natural to me of doing this, like I just got so used to it that it has just became second nature. What I've been told by other relatives of mine, friends, colleagues, people that I know that I associate myself with, they're always telling me that even while I'm walking, even while I'm sitting down, even while I'm just having a conversation with them, like how I am with you guys, they're always telling me that like, well, whenever I see you, you always give off like that cocky, arrogant vibe. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but I just know for a fact that you're confident in yourself, like you're sure of yourself. You're not like nervous, you're not anxious, you're not insecure. Like I can tell that you're just comfortable being here, like you're comfortable just doing your thing. You don't really care about what other people think about you, and you just pretty much do you, which probably also adds to the fact of why, like, whenever I'm at the gym, at the mall, at the store, wherever I'm at, I always tend to like catch people sometimes where they're just staring a little too hard. Like, don't get me wrong, people are gonna look and like people are gonna see and like stare regardless, so it's like you can't really help it, or you can't really do anything about it because shit, people are gonna do it regardless whether you tell them to or not. But what I have discovered is that low-key, whenever I'm walking into a room, I kind of sense where it's like the room environment or the atmosphere kind of shifts in a way, because everybody will just like turn to look at me as soon as I walk in, and it kind of like puts some people on edge just a tiny little bit. Sometimes I'll get people trying to like mean mug me. Sometimes they'll be staring, sometimes they'll smile at me, sometimes they'll even come up and like give me a compliment or start a conversation with me, which I always appreciate. I'm rarely gonna ever turn it down, if ever. But just because of my body language, that opens up doors to where I wouldn't have even considered other options for like opportunities that might come up. I've made friends, gotten into parties, out-competed other people for jobs. Like, it doesn't really have like a limit as to what I can and can't get away with, but because I know how to carry myself where I'm not insecure of myself, I'm comfortable in my skin, I'm sure of myself, I kind of have like a little bit of an arrogance, just a tiny little bit, but even without saying a word, I will unconsciously also attract women. I don't even have to say anything. I can just be standing in line, sitting down, or having a conversation with somebody else, and just based off my body language, they'll be intrigued by me because they want to find out, well, why is he so confident? What does he have going on for himself that makes him so confident? Why is that? Like, I'm curious now. I need to find out. I need to fuck around and find out why it is that he's so confident. Like, what's so good about him? Now I'm interested. So therefore, I recommend that you fix your body language ASAP. Whenever you're walking around, don't walk around slouched over, looking down at the floor with your head down. No, walk with confidence, walk like you own the place, shoulders back, relax, chest out, head held high, and just be comfortable in your own skin. Don't worry about what other people say. Don't worry about what other people might think. They're gonna think and say whatever they want, regardless of the fact whether we are or we're not portraying confident body language. So give them something good to talk about, since they're already gonna talk about you. And if you're sitting down, don't sit down slouched over, bent over the desk. Pause. Don't sit down like that. Sit up straight, shoulders back, chest out, same way as if you were walking, and simply be comfortable with taking up space. You don't have to necessarily be all scrunched up, like trying to take up the least amount of space possible. No, open up, relax, and be okay with taking up as much space as you need. Try this out, let me know how it works, and let me know if people start noticing this about you. If people start telling you that you kind of walk like you're in the military, kind of like how my brother be telling me, and kind of see how differently people treat you based off of this one simple thing. See how many more stares, see how many more people you catch looking at you, and how many women actually end up getting attracted by you simply because of your body language and your ability to portray confident body language. If you stuck around to the end, I really appreciate you. Don't stop watching now. Make sure you go watch my most recent upload. Don't forget to make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. I'm gonna see you boys in the next one. Peace.